Boom. Yeah, that's me. How's it going, guys? Token Vaping. So I have a new flavor that I am trying for this video review. Now, it's always really cool and an honor and privilege for everybody that I get a chance to do a video review for. I'm always in the search for new flavors, for those flavors that not many people may have heard of, because that's part of what helps get them out there is more media, more word of mouth, more recognition, things like that. So not only is it cool when I get to try a new flavor that may not be huge yet, but when it's from a different country, that's even cooler, just because it's knowing that vaping has gotten that far out. I mean, we all know that it is, but most of what everybody knows, like, here in the States, is all mainly local here in the States. So to know and to see, other brands, other people, other names from other countries, it's just, I think it's really cool. So this is one of those lines. I believe this is based out of Germany, but the company is called Tom Klark's, and you can go to their website. It's tomklarks.com. Tom, T-O-M, Klark, Klark.com. They're all over social media. They have their website, they have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Google+. Obviously being overseas, they have a little bit more range that they can work with. So, but they're trying to get as exposed just as much as anybody else is. So they're trying to access all forms of social media. Now, the cool thing about this company, there are a few things behind the scenes that they do involve with. Before I forget though, real quick, I just wanted to touch on these bottles here. These are offered in a 10 milliliter, a 30, a 50, a 100, a 150, and a 500 milliliter bottle, as well as a 1 liter. So, they give a huge range as far as to size-wise that you're wanting, so that you don't feel that you're restricted to one specific size. And it is offered in nicotine of a 3, 6, and a 12. So they do try to be as diverse as possible. Now, one of the things that they do involve themselves with, as far as behind the scenes with the juice as they make it, it is made, in a lab facility. It is made with attention to detail and top quality ingredients and stuff that they have in their area. But they don't stick with one specific flavor, or as they call them, aromas. They use multiple different types to incorporate into a specific flavor, so that you get a wide range of flavor and taste out of it. The other cool thing about that also is that they make it so that depending on what your wattage is, even depending on whether you use a tank, a dripper, a type of coils, it's going to change the flavor up a bit and give you a much different feel or taste depending on what you vape at. So for this review, I'm going to try it at a couple of different wattage levels, just to see how much it changes the flavor up. I'm not a huge tank user, so I unfortunately don't have one ready to use on this, but if you are a tank user, supposedly it's going to change the makeup of this vape as well. This one here is called Fruit, and this is their label. Basically, this is their logo. It has a very old world style look to it, which is kind of cool. It's more of a turn of the century style type thing. It has a very, like, looking at this label, you would think that it's, it's not something that everybody's going to have access to. It's going to be for those people who have a little bit higher lifestyle, if that makes sense. But that's just the way that the label comes off from that time era. But it also has an established date. The company was established 2014. They have a best before date, which is actually kind of cool. For this, it's October of 2019. So basically, use it before the date that they put on there, and it should still be solid, vapable right out of the bottle. They do pre-steep them. This is a 50 ml, as it says here, and it is a 3 nicotine on here. Now, it does have the warning and ingredient labeling here, but it is in German. I don't speak German, so I can't specifically tell you what is on there, but I'm going to assume that most of it is all following, whatever outlines and everything that they have to follow. It is a 70-30 mix, so the clouds on this should be pretty solid, as well as the flavor for what we get out of this. Now, the flavor for this it's called Tom Sawyer. Or Sawyer. That's basically the main name for the line, but then they have different variations. This one's Fruit. There are a couple others that I will be doing future reviews on for that, but this one is the Tom Sawyer Fruit flavor. It is, as they put it, has several different aromas and a different base combination. It is a more fruity and colorful intensity, but it's a soft and well balanced composition. So basically, it's meant to be more on the fruitier side than this is the second flavor in the line. The first, I believe, is the classic, and it's supposed to have more of a tobacco-ish style flavor. This is supposed to be a fruitier take on that. So we are going to check that out. It is a first vape, first review. So there is my dry cotton right off there. And as always, it's my Texas Tough Cotton. Just works really well for me. I just enjoy it. It's, it's durable, holds up really nicely. And it doesn't have a very strong cottony taste even on a first vape or a fresh wick, as you can see like this. So it definitely makes it much more easier, much more enjoyable to work with. So this is the cap. It is a safety seal, so you can sit here and turn this all day without it coming off until you pop it like so, and you have to keep pressure on it. And then it comes in a little unique pin tip nozzle like that, which makes it really easy regardless of what you're using. So whether it's a dripper, whether it's a tank, even if it's one of the smaller tanks, that have the smaller fill ports on them, this makes it really, really easy to work with so that you're not trying to fight with it or have liquid buildup and then have it spill and overflow all over the place. So that's actually kind of nice that they're following suit on that. Now, I don't know all the requirements specifically that they have to follow, as far as overseas for different manufacturing and makings of liquids and things like that. I do know they do. They do have a union government style outline that they do have to follow as far as for different things like this. But as far as the specific outlines or what they entail, unfortunately, I don't know all of that. I should, and I will look into that and see what I can find out, so that for the next review I can be a little more specific on things like that, to just let you know what they're following, so you know like the quality and the attention to detail that they put into this. So I'm gonna go ahead and juice this up. It does have a fruity odor to it, but it's almost, there's a very slight floral tinge to it. It's not, it doesn't smell like a flower, it doesn't smell like potpourri, but they're on the very tail end of it. There's a very slight little, almost a floral hint, just to kind of give it a little, either something a little different or to boost what's already in there. So as you can see right here, I am vaping at 75 watts, and this is Sawyer, the fruit flavor from Klark's. Huh. So as you can see, the clouds are pretty solid. At 70-30, it's always kind of iffy whether or not you're going to get more clouds and flavor or more flavor than clouds. But when you end up with a decent mixture of both, it's always a good win-win, so to speak. Clouds are pretty dense. First vape, you saw the cotton. There was no throat hit. There's no scratchiness. There's really nothing. It's just an all-around flavor hit. Okay, so this is definitely different, and it's definitely unique in its own way. You definitely do get a fruity vape flavor off of this. I don't specifically pick out any specific fruit, so to speak. That's just me. I like to think that my taste palette is a little more well-tuned than some, so I can pick out some flavors. This one has a very nice mellow fruit mix to where you get a fruity vape out of it, or a fruity flavor without it being any one specific fruit. Now, almost the floral tinge to the odor that I was smelling, this has a slight earthy undertone to it. I don't want to say woody, as far as like, because I don't want people to think it's supposed to taste like bark or something like that. But it's not strong like in a musky sense. It's just it's got a very slight earthy undertone to make it more unique, but make it feel more heartier in the vape, I believe. So, and as I touched on, it did say that it does change flavor with depending on your wattage or settings like that. So I'm going to go ahead and change the the wattage on my device real quick, and I'm going to try it at, let me go, I'm going to try it at 85. So it's 10 watts higher. I'm going to see if it still tastes exactly the same or if anything has changed in it in a little bit. Okay, so I can definitely see that there is a change in the flavor. Though it definitely has a more fruitier taste at a higher wattage. The earthy undertone that I was picking up at 75 watts isn't as noticeable at 85 watts. So at least for me on a dripper, this would be something that I would probably vape a little bit higher than my normal, just because I prefer the more fruitier version of this flavor. The earthy undertone, it's not bad. It's just really different. So that may be part of why I'm not used to it, obviously. But it definitely is something that you don't find commonly in other liquids. But regardless of anything else, it is a unique flavor. Like I said, if you're looking to try something completely different, if you're looking to try something, you know, that isn't local, if you want to try something that's from overseas, definitely give Tom Klark's a look into. They are unique. Like I said, it is a 4-flavor line. I will be doing videos on a couple of their other flavors. Just click the red subscribe button if you want to keep tabs on that and when they come out. But definitely check them out at tomklark.com. They are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, social media all over the place. It still is an honor and a privilege, Tom Klark. Thank you very much. As always, guys, I'm Token Vaping. I'm here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest. Anything that I can do myself to help further enhance your vaping experience, that's the only reason why I do this. So definitely hit me up. Let me know if there's something I can do to help you. I will do everything in my power and ability to do so. But until next time, no matter what, always truly remember, love yourself, vape on, vape strong. Have a good day, guys.